How Rome Conquered Europe, Caesar's Decisive Battle. By the beginning of the autumn of 52 BC, the Roman Republic had already been fighting in Gaul for 7 years. Julius Caesar and his legions had pushed deep into the lands that today form modern France, Belgium, and parts of the Netherlands. The Romans conquered not only with swords, but also with diplomacy. Some tribes were bribed, others were threatened, and many were turned against each other. It seemed that Gaul had finally been subdued. But at the very moment when Roman victory looked certain, a new leader emerged who refused to accept Roman rule. His name was Vercingetorix, a young and ambitious chieftain of the Arverni tribe. He understood something that many before him had failed to realize. Divided, the Gallic tribes could never defeat Rome. Only united could they stand a chance. Vercingetorix succeeded in doing what no one had done before him. He united dozens of tribes into a single alliance against Julius Caesar. To weaken the Roman army, he adopted a brutal strategy known as scorched earth. Villages were burned, crops were destroyed, and food supplies were removed so that the Romans would have nothing to live on. This slowed Caesar's advance and forced his legions to march farther and farther from their supply bases. The last stronghold of the Gauls, Vercingetorix knew that meeting the Roman army in open battle would be too dangerous. Roman discipline and organization were far superior, so instead of risking everything in a single clash, he chose a defensive strategy. He withdrew his forces into the fortified city of Alesia, built on the top of a high hill and surrounded by valleys and rivers. It was a natural fortress. Inside Alesia were tens of thousands of warriors, along with civilians who had fled there for safety. Vercingetorix's plan was simple. Hold the city until a massive relief army of Gallic allies could arrive and trap Caesar between two forces. Julius Caesar now faced a difficult decision. He could not storm the city directly without suffering enormous losses, but retreating would allow the Gauls to regroup and continue the war. So Caesar chose a third option, one that would make history. He ordered his legions to build a massive line of fortifications around Alesia. This first ring was designed to keep the defenders inside the city and prevent any escape. But Caesar knew that a Gallic relief army was already gathering, so he ordered a second ring of fortifications to be built, facing outward. The Roman army was now trapped between two enemies, the Gauls inside Alesia and the Gauls who would soon arrive from outside. The soldiers dug deep trenches, built wooden walls and towers, and planted deadly traps in the ground. Sharp stakes and concealed pits.